Hello, World of Tanks Blitzers. It's a Littlefinger. Update 7.2 just came out the other day. We're going to talk about it. Not a whole lot to go over, just some minor updates. Alright, so the best way to summarize these changes is obviously blitzhanger.com. We've got a new French heavy at tier 10 being introduced to the game, AMX M4 54. Looks quite interesting. I'm going to want to play this just head on with all of this frontal armor. No angling to this tank permitted. The Eraser BP44, which is a tier 6 French heavy as well. Looks a lot like the ARL, doesn't it, guys? This is rumored to be in the Battle Pass. If you think of the Thunder that was the first Battle Pass tank, this one, I guess, will be the reward for completing that Battle Pass. Some of the heavier tanks in the game have got more ammo carrying capacity. Here you see the IS-4, IS-7 from 30 to 40, etc. The Kranvang is rumored to be introduced during this update. It's obviously Swedish tier 10 heavy tank. So that looks to be quite interesting. Faced it many times on the battlefield. Hopefully they bring that frontal armor down a little bit because it was kind of unfair in the setup that they tested it in. And then we get into a lot of these Japanese tanks, and primary update for them is their movement and mobility numbers. So then we get into some of the lower tier stuff that we really don't play since update 5.5 took away all of the fun guns. Alright guys, so back in the garage here, here's the Thunder from the last Battle Pass. They continue to upgrade some of the graphics. One of the things I noticed here was some of these icons have changed, cleaned up a little bit. Now, what I want to get to is the settings here in the reticle. You go over to HUD and go over to Crosshair. First, let me go back just to make sure you guys know that track traces and shell hit marks from the last update are located here. So, Crosshair. Alright, you've got three choices now. This was the old way with the two triangles. You know, this is where you were looking, this is where your gun barrel was aimed. And when these two met together, you know you were looking at what you were aiming and you could shoot. Now, when you are aiming off in the distance, for the aim point, you get two dash lines and the gun barrel has the point on it. And so when this point crosses over and lines up with these two, then you know you can shoot. And this one is kind of a little bit on reverse. However, it has a crosshair where your gun barrel is looking. And I think this is the one that I'm going to try the most. You can change the terrain just to see what it looks like. But actually the white on black does stand out on a lot of terrain. So let's check that out. Alright guys, so this is the one you're familiar with. This is the A-shaped. You can tell, where you're looking is the bigger A, and then where your gun barrel is the smaller A. When those two line up, you are aimed in on your target. The next one is aim point, and you can see here that the two crosshairs move, and then the little point slowly catches up, and then once it's in the middle of those two lines that you're ready to fire. And then the third one is the crosshair, and this is the one I think I like the most because you're always the pinpoint here, and so you know exactly where you're aimed in on. It doesn't have that big A kind of blocking a lot of your view. And it seems that it's pretty easy to tell when that crosshair meets the pinpoint, letting you know when you're fully aimed in. Not a lot with this update. Obviously, the premium and collector tank coming out are going to be the big thing, as is the Battle Pass tank. So, guys, Hope you enjoyed the update and having fun out there. Stay safe, get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.